wins a lopsided affair. This series is tied at 1. Sasha Barkov with 2 goals and 2 assists here tonight as the Florida Panthers roar back with 6 unanswered goals. Your final here tonight in Game 2. Panthers 6 and the Bruins 1.
Sports Hub, I'm Joe Murray. Let's line them up. Bruins lose tonight. Series now tied at 1. They gave up 6 goals. That's not good. They gave up 6 goals last year, too, in a game versus the Panthers. So, series tied at 1, and we're all fresh now, heading back to Boston for 2 games. It's now a best-of-5 series. Your thoughts at 617-779-0985. We're on YouTube as well. I already see people in the chat tonight. What was going on the ice in the second period? We'll certainly get to that. Garbage, somebody says. Must have been satisfied just to get a split. The way Florida acted tonight, it's going to bite them later on. Did the Bruins show enough toughness? I hate how the Bruins fans always say the team is soft when they get crushed. Well, we can get into that one throughout the night as well, and there's a long way to go here. Going to be a lot of ups and downs. I still think it's going to be a long series. I'm just reading our chat tonight. People are in there already. And you can certainly join us in there. Florida laid the smack down. And Pat Maroon better run through Kachuk for the cheap shots on Pasta. We'll certainly get into that one. And people are already having some fun with it. So, let's open it up to you at 617-779-0985. I'll just say this off the bat. Turnovers, defense, too many men on the ice. Turnovers and penalties. That's what happened tonight. The Bees actually got out to a 1-0 start. Right? Something that they've struggled with. They have been coming out better over the last couple of games. But you get the 1-0 start. You're feeling good. Who would have thought 6 unanswered from there? Swayman has been outstanding in first periods this year. He has stopped 72 of 73 first period shots on goal in the postseason. Swayman stopped 20 of 24 shots, including 5 on the shorthanded tonight. And first time he's let in more than 2 goals in 7 starts in the playoffs. Can't blame Jeremy Swayman for this one tonight. Turnover, someone lost their stick, there was a screen. Just, it wasn't on him. And he was pulled tonight, and I think you saw that. I kind of like that move, which we'll get into in a little bit here throughout the night. But Montgomery, after the game, he's already spoke. We didn't have enough juice tonight. Went on to say Swayman was terrific. And the turnovers are the story. Charlie McAvoy lost his stick, right? Goal on that play. Swayman was screened by McAvoy again on that play just before the end of the second period, which just, that was the dagger, if you ask me. You just can't give up a goal. 11 seconds left, you're in your own zone. You can't give up a goal. That's on them, and that was the story of the night. But turnovers, that was everything. And too many men penalty again this postseason. The Bruins have 5 right now in the postseason. The rest of the NHL is 4. It's just unacceptable. And then in the third period, things just did not get any better for the Bees. Panthers got their first power play goal of the series. The Bruins had a streak of 26 consecutive penalty kills. And then Florida later on added a shorthanded goal in there. But Brad Marchand, after a play, Montour mocked Marchand in the face. They got into it. It was that licking motion from years ago that Marchand did. We all remember. All hell broke loose in this one. 6 Bruins, 6 Panthers showing the gate, all with misconduct penalties. They were short on the bench the rest of the way. David Pastrnak, some people may have liked it. Some people are proud of Pastrnak tonight, but he went one-on-one with Kachuk, and just if you ask me, that is stupid. Dumb. 6-1 game. What are you doing, bro? Yep. The coach gave you the blessing. Everyone thinks you're sticking up for your team. I understand the sentiment. I get what you're trying to do. Out. What are you doing, bro? Get into that one coming up a little bit more here. But shots on net once again. You can't have periods where you get a shot or two on net. You can't do it. And playoff Bob, I'm going to call him Sergei Bob again. 16 saves on the night. He saw 17 shots. You need to get shots on net against Bobrovsky. You make him look like a Vezina winner when you play like tonight. If you can't get shots on net on Bobrovsky, you're going to lose the game. You can't keep up with their offense. And the one goal the Bees had tonight, Charlie Coyle, his first goal of the postseason. That got him up 1-0 in the game. By the way, Pavel Zacha, another assist tonight. You can at least ring the bell on that one, Skaz. So, but you need more shots on net. You need to have less turnovers. And the fighting at the end there, I get it. This happens. You want control of a series. It's going to go back to Boston. The Tkachuk thing's now something to watch. He's now made his mark in the series. Montour opened his mouth tonight. They now got going. They saw the puck go in the net. Jeremy Swayman got pulled from the game. Has the momentum now shifted? I mean, you button up a couple of things here. I don't know. Don't lose your stick. Try to keep the play alive. That'd be one, Charlie McAvoy. How about the other one? Get out of the way. McAvoy was, I'm going to look it up how many goals he was on the ice for tonight. He also left the game with an injury. He had a big hit on Tkachuk early in the game as well. They fought hard. They didn't no-show. They got smoked. Florida down 1-0, came right back, grinded it away. The goal before the end of the second period is completely unacceptable. Complete off the face-off in your own zone. Just truly a killer tonight for the Bees. So your thoughts at 617-779-0985 or on YouTube as well. I see a bunch of guys in there, and I'll read your comments throughout tonight. You can download the app on your phone. You can even do it on your television or on your iPad, however you watch. You can certainly join the show there, and I'll read your comments throughout the night. But let's start it off with Sam, who's in the car. What's going on, Sam? You're on the Sports Hub.
Joe, thanks a lot, buddy. You always have a great show. But it was, I can't even, I don't know if I have enough words. It was like they were playing like Pee Wee hockey, for God's sakes. It was like they couldn't do anything right. The Panthers made changes to their lineup, and the Bruins coach did nothing. He made 0 changes, and they were just scrambling all night. It was absolutely frustrating.
It was frustrating. I do think there's some things they can clean up, though. You know what I mean? But the shots on net, that might be where I would start in this one, and you might see some changes going into Game 3.
It was crazy.
Appreciate the call, my man. What a difference, huh? Blowout win for the Celtics last night. Blowout loss for the Bees. How you feeling, everybody? How do you feel about the series? It's now a 5-game series. Can the Bees win 3 out of 5 versus Florida? Now, it's going to be a tough task. You get 2 of these at home here. Home ice hasn't mattered. It just hasn't. That's a fact. Bees got to win in Game 7 because history was on their side. But some of the old problems came up tonight. There were some problems there that we've seen in other games. We'll get into those throughout the night tonight. As we're here until midnight, got my eyes on the other NHL game that just got going between Edmonton and Vancouver. Oilers up 1-0 right now out of the gate in that one, and some NBA games have gone final. At least one of them in the NBA MVP was announced. We'll get into a little bit of everything, but mostly Bruins here in postgame. I'm Joe Murray. We'll take a quick break. I see you guys on the phone lines as well. Talk to you right after this, right here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on The Sports Hub. keeps getting better.
Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
25 seconds left on the Ekman-Larson penalty.
Here we go.
Out at center ice, it's Pastrnak dropping him with Tkachuk.
What's he doing?
Tkachuk a couple of right hands, and Pastrnak goes down. Pastrnak gets up. He wants to fire a couple lefts. He's still firing them.
Look, for Pastrnak, good on him in terms of he's fighting a tough guy right there. They were chirping at one another when they were explaining the penalties. And then Tkachuk and him were chirping when they both went to the benches. I just do not want to see a guy like David Pastrnak getting hurt in a fight.
All right, back here at 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. Bruins lose tonight 6-1. And I had to react to this David Pastrnak fight tonight. There's a lot of things that I think David Pastrnak is criticized about that maybe some people just are nitpicking. I think the shootout's one of them because, I don't know, in the playoffs the shootouts don't matter, so I'll take the L on that one right there. Yeah, sometimes if his defensive play is not great, he does have turnovers, but where would this team be without him? I stand by that. Got called out by his coach in a Game 7 after struggling in a series. Signed, sealed, delivered, sends everybody home. He's been tough. And tonight, things got a little out of hand for the Bees. They really did. Turnovers, and then you pull the goalie, and that was the white flag right there. And then David Pastrnak wants to get into the mix. So, Marchand, I get it. Montour gets in his face. That gets things going. Okay, some of the other guys, Coyle, whatever. But David Pastrnak wants to square off with Tkachuk. I'm just completely out on that. And I'm not being critical of Pastrnak for this. I don't like it at all. I don't want the best player on the team potentially getting hurt in a fight. Second of all, he got his ass kicked. He had no chance. What was he doing? The team's already getting crushed. Now he wants to go out there and fight him? I understand the sentiment. Star player, leader, wants to go at him, show something to the team. I respect that. I respect it 100%. You can't fight your best player in that situation. And again, I thought it looked bad. The call from Judd and Bob didn't do it justice at all from what you saw out there. And when it happened, I remember Skaz and I were watching the game, and I go, what are you doing? And did you hear Bob Beers? You got any Bob back there during that call?
What's he doing?
What's he doing? What is he doing?
What's he doing?
He got smoked. Now, to set this up, because in hindsight, what do we find out? Pastrnak goes over to the bench, talks to Jim Montgomery and says, I want to fight Tkachuk. And what does Montgomery say? Yeah. All right, go.
He does ask him, are you sure? Pasta goes to the bench, asks, we have the audio.
Oh, we do.
He asks, I want to fight Tkachuk.
Okay, so it wasn't just clear cut. Okay, sure. He asked, do you really want to?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Which is what a coach should do.
Your best player asks to fight somebody who can't fight and then got his ass kicked.
Oh, yeah.
And again, not his fault. He's not a fighter. He shouldn't be in that situation. But to allow it to happen? He did ask. And this is on video right now. This we have the audio on this one. So let's hear how all of this kind of shaped out for the Tkachuk-Pastrnak fight.
Pastrnak didn't like it. They went to their benches. He says, hey, why don't we go? Why don't we do it? Pasternak's like, yeah, sure we will. So they go off the ice, and Tkachuk is staring him down. This is exactly what he wants. See, he's telling him. He goes, you want to? He goes, yeah. Yeah, I want to. And then here they come off the bench, and the gloves are off.
So, I mean, what are you doing, bro? I hated it. And I get people in the chat. Joe, who cares? It lit the Bruins up. Did it light the Bruins up? Did it light the Bruins up? It was the end of a game and a meaningless end of a game. Did it light them up? Did it really? Ryan M. in chat. Did it really light the Bruins up? So apparently, and I don't know if you have this, guys, did Tkachuk leave the game after that? Was he hurt after the fight?
Well, he got like a 5. They both got tossed.
Okay, was he hurt?
I haven't seen it.
Okay, because some people are claiming now that, this fight that Pastrnak was in. And again, I get it. Tkachuk, villain in the series. He was last year. He should be this year. I'm not criticizing David Pastrnak for defending his team. I'm criticizing the fact that your best player in a 6-1 meaningless game asked to fight someone. The coach says, "Are you sure?" He says yes, and then lets him go out there and get his ass kicked. So to me, not smart. You're going back to Boston. You don't get a lot of time off in between games. Guys who played, Bob Beers on the call, who is, by the way, been absolutely excellent in all his analysis. He has seen the plays develop in advance. And when this thing happened, he went, "Oh, boy." How do you let your best player go out there and do that? I don't know how. He had to wake them up from the game. Why? They're in the third period. Wake them up? What? Wake them up when you're already losing the game? Oh, it's going to affect the rest of the series. Really? Really? Yep. Come out of your comfort zone when you're down 6-1, going back to even the series to Boston. Not smart. You can like it. You can disagree with my opinion. The best player who can't fight and got his ass kicked shouldn't be doing it. But, Pasta did it for his team. Oh, one more thing to add to this. Because everybody always looks in hindsight. There were a few cheap shots in there at the end. So I'll back you on that one. But that's what happens when you let the worst fighter on the team fight in a meaningless game. He gets cheap shotted at the end. That's what happened, right? Chat, who's battling me? Weren't there some cheap shots at the end? You left them available for it. Your thoughts? 617-779-0985. Skaz, if I'm wrong, check me, bro.
No, I don't see how your best player fighting in a 6-1 game helps the team in any way.
Oh, he fired them up.
Yeah, and
it's a long series.
He got whooped.
He got his ass kicked. I'm gonna say it. Pasta, you can't fight, bro. Can we get that Bob one more time? Oh boy. Oh boy.
Tkachuk. Chuck a couple of right. Put him with Tkachuk. Chuck a couple lefts.
Fight like that.
Oh, what's he doing?
With Tkachuk.
What's he doing? I like how some people don't agree with this one. 617-779-0985. Yes, admire him. He got the blessing from the coach to go out there. Asked him, "Are you sure?" Yep. Let's see. It's a long series, right? You guys can call me on Friday night. If it helps spark the series, you can call me. You know me. I'm accountable. I take accountability. When I'm wrong, I give the L. This one tonight, admirable. Appreciate the sentiment. Out on Pasta fighting. 617-779-0985. Look at your quick headline. I see you guys lined up on the phone lines, and people are like, Joe needs a chicken parm with provolone. Absolutely. But nope, this isn't Spicy Joe. This is facts. You don't want your... Imagine Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky, is that a bad one? A bad example? Just a week. Sidney Crosby fighting in a 6-1 game at the end? Not favorable.
You think if you want a player closer to Pastrnak, like a Patrick Kane on one of those Blackhawks teams, you think he was dropping the gloves in a 6-1 game?
Taves? No.
It's not like Pasta's the captain. Like Marchand's done this a couple times where he tries to get the guys going, and I almost feel like that's more responsibility for him. The Pasta thing, it's just, I get it. I see what he was trying to do, but the cons just so far outweigh the pros in that situation that I don't see the value in it.
All right, 617-779-0985. I didn't realize this one was going to, spark everyone tonight, but I'll take it. We need something to get to midnight tonight, but first, let's get your sports up headlines.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, home of the Celtics, Bruins, Revs, and Patriots.
Left side, touchdown Patriots.
Boston's home for sports in 98.5. The Sports Hub, Easily Needy Group Station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Bruins lose 6-1. They fall to the Florida Panthers in Game 2, best of 7, round 2 matchup. Now heads to Boston with the series tied at 1. Red Sox, they lose in Atlanta tonight. Chris Sale, 10 strikeouts, of course. Threw over 100 pitches in a shutout, 5-0. In the NBA, Pacers lose to New York. They're now down 2-0 in this series. Celtics will play Game 2 tomorrow night against Cleveland. NBA MVP awarded to Nikola Jokic. Jason Tatum finished 6th. Headlines are brought to you by Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. 100% employee-owned, your go-to independent lumberyard. Partner with CCL and CCL Homescapes for all your building needs right in Abington. I'm Joe Murray. Next update in 30 minutes.
Marchand back of the net. Shoots, he scores!
This is Brad Marchand. Every Bruins game on 98.5, the Sports Hub.
What David Pastrnak did tonight, I admire it. He's trying to be a teammate, the sentiment, etc. It didn't work out. Remember when Lindholm fought a couple of weeks ago? That was bad, too. So, hey, we'll see now. Even series heading back to Boston. Let's see how that... Joe, he was firing up his team. I feel like I sound like Ron Burgundy right there. I don't know why. He's firing up the team. Just wait. It's a long series. The Bees tonight, people will bring up the shots on net. You can't make Bobrovsky look like he did. You can't. I think the turnovers were a little bit worse. You can't turn the puck over. The screen in front of Swayman McAvoy had a bad night. But the same things keep popping up with this team. Defensive plays, defensive health, defensive turnovers, face-offs in your own end, and another period where they can't get any shots on net. And it just so happened to be the third period. Did they even bring sticks out in the third period to shoot? Did that even happen? Did they bring sticks onto the ice? I can't remember. Your thoughts? As we're hearing tonight until midnight tonight, we got Skaz here as well. And we're reacting to the 6-1 loss to the Bees tonight, who, man, up 1-0 in this one. Up 1-0. You got a little bit of an advantage now. You get the hottest goalie in the NHL. First period, we mentioned those Swayman numbers. He stopped 72 of 73 first period shots. He stopped 20 of 24 shots, including 5 shorthanded in this first period. He's been really good. Had not let in more than 2 goals in his previous 7 starts. But as Montgomery said tonight, didn't have the juice. Swayman was terrific. You guys have heard enough from me. Let's hear from you. Let's talk to Mike in Peabody. Mike!
Joey, long time, first time.
How you doing?
Doing good, Joey. I just want to let you know, you're so right. This kid Pasta, I love him to death, but he's supposed to score goals and not fight. You know? He's got the intangibles and everything else. Why would you want to fight? Just turned everything, all the momentum, I think, to Florida.
He got smoked.
Got smoked. Why would you want to fight?
And don't get me wrong, there was a couple of cheap shots at the end, which I don't know. Like, is that going to come back? That's something I'll at least put into the next game. Like, there was a couple of things at the end there that I thought were over the line, and let's see how they respond. But I don't think that's what they needed to turn the series around.
I'd rather just end the game. You know, why wouldn't you have Maroon or Frederick or somebody else that's...
Well, they already got thrown out. They got thrown out already.
Yeah,
for fighting.
Yep, 100% right. But, somebody else. That's not the right move at that time. I think you just turned all the momentum to Florida. Could have did without that, but...
Appreciate you, right, my man.
Love you, Joey.
All right, buddy. Take care. That's Mike and Peabody. Thanks for calling, Mike. Kevin in Wakefield. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, what's up? Hey, Joe. So I was just at Sylvan, and I want to give a shout-out to my buddy Mike Rice, who scored 4 points tonight in our men's league basketball.
Did you hang up on him? Oh, no men's league stats. Can we make that a shirt? No men's league stats. No men's league stats. Yes, you can eat, drink, and chill at the Sylvan Street Grill, but do not call here with your men's league stats. You did not like that one, Skaz, huh? You were out.
Yeah, Bruins just lost game 2 of the second round. Let's talk about his buddy's men's league game.
Out on your men's league stats. Connor's in Brighton. Hey, Connor.
Hey, what's up, Joe? How you doing?
What's up?
Not much, man. Definitely not going to be talking about men's league stats after that absolute ass whooping by Florida tonight. But I just had a point. I think with what happened with the whole Pasta fight, I think, him going in and saying, I want to fight, I think that kind of, lit a little bit of a spark under the Bruins' ass tonight. But I think what ended up is probably going to end up really sealing the deal and going to lead to a lot of energy for the Bruins on Friday is those extra couple of cheap shots. If anyone's going to go in and get themselves tossed on Friday, though, I really hope it's McAvoy because he's been playing like total ass. Love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I don't know what to even say about McAvoy anymore. And I saw a quote today about McAvoy that he's being asked to do a lot more. So because he's being asked to do so much, I think it's taking away from him being an actual defenseman. There are times I watch his game and it's like, do you want to be a forward, bro? Like losing your stick, not being tough enough, holding it down, trying to block the shot. All that happened on the same sequence. And then on the goal just before the period, who's on the ice and who is literally in front of Swayman blocking him? Charlie McAvoy. They need him. Forbort played tonight, left, came back. Where's Shattenkirk? That's probably something I would look at. Veteran guy coming back into the mix. Those extra punches, though. I don't think the league will come into it. Maybe. I don't want to ever think of the Pastrnak fight again. Did you see him twirling, flopping around, trying to protect himself? It was embarrassing. And again, I'm not blaming Pastrnak. I'm blaming the fact that the coach who's been pushing all the right buttons, all of them, asked, are you sure? You say, no. No. No, 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 no. No. You sit. Pasta, sit. Are you sure? Yeah. All right, then go out there and get your ass kicked. I blame Montgomery for that one. First bad call of the series by Montgomery. We got Tyler and Shirley. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, how you doing? Real quick on Pasta. I don't like him fighting. I mean, God forbid he gets hurt. But at a certain point, you got to stand up for yourself, and I do like him kind of.
The sentiment,
I don't know.
the sentiment's there. We get all that. The sentiment is there. But
the Montgomery thing is like you should never tell your best player to go fight Kachuk.
Yeah. Yep, and I know a lot of guys were out of the game. I get it. There was no other goon to throw out there tonight. But just to me, like if Pasta's hand is hurt or his wrist or something, and we find out, I'm going to blame this.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know. I agree. And second, I think you put Swayman out for the next game. I mean, at least I didn't see all the goals, but I know the McAvoy one, he couldn't see anything. The tip, the first goal was an amazing goal. You can't do nothing on that. So I'd put him back out in the next game, and I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
Oh, the old goalie situation's brought back up, huh? Is that what happened tonight? I don't blame Jeremy Swayman one bit for what happened tonight. Every time there's an issue with the team, it's the defense, it's the defense, it's the defense, it's the turnovers, it's the too many men on the ice, it's the face-offs in their own end. Although I thought, I'll take the L on this one too. I thought Allmark should have got game one. I was wrong. L. But tonight, hey, if Montgomery did something well tonight, I think pulling Swayman and telling him, hey, man, this isn't you. Let Allmark get some reps, right? Keep him fresh. I thought that was a really good move tonight.
Yeah, I agree with that. Get Allmark out there, and not that he looked all that great, but they weren't giving Swayman anything tonight. And I know this isn't what we do here, positive talk, but big picture, if you switch these two games, how different do you feel about it? Like, you split 1-1 in Florida. I think going into the series, if you told fans you're going to split, 1-1 down there the first two games, I think everybody would have taken that as a Bruins fan, especially coming off the emotional win in Game 7. I kind of expected the letdown to be Monday night. They played great on Monday. The letdown was tonight. So I think big picture, you're still in a good spot. But I don't want to say they have to win both games in Boston, but they got to win Game 3, that's for sure.
Hey, you're at home ice has not mattered for the Bees. But what happened tonight, if they lose Game 3 in disappointing fashion, like 4-1 with like 20 shots on net or less, we're all going to be looking at that Pastrnak thing being like, what a joke. So again, for those who feel that the Pasta fight meant something, we have the rest of the series to find out. We also have Friday night, which we will be here right here on 98.5 The Sports Hub for Game 3 in Boston. But if I could give some advice to the Boston Bruins, what do I know? I played Fallon Field hockey with no skates or rollerblades. How about you shoot the puck more? I'm no hockey guy. I am not a puck expert. But I will tell you this. Taking more shots will help you get more goals. Having more goals will help you win more games. So that is my advice to the Bruins. More shots, more goals, more wins, more games. 617-779-0985. We're here tonight until midnight. I see you guys lined up on the phone lines, and we'll get right back to you guys. Straight to you. Quick break. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. More Joe Murray.
right, back here 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. Bruins lose 6-1 tonight. Series now tied at 1. Before we get back to the phones, we're going to read some of the chat here. Let's see what the chatter is tonight. KAB, Florida has been so much more. People loved my advice. More shots, more goals, more wins, more games. Ooh. Do you think Pasta asked for the fight because Monty called him out after Game 5? No. Ryan M., who challenged me earlier, I'm glad there's no one on the comments delusional saying it was Swayman's fault. That's good. That I agree with. Sensible Joe. Spicy Joe, sensible Joe. Maybe we'll have the 5 stages of Joe, which has been brought up once or twice before in my life. Joe, I love you. Joe, you're my dad. Joe, how you feel about Florida using Bon Jovi's music halfway there on our Boston? I don't care at all. I don't care about Bon Jovi or music at hockey games. Sometimes they play wrestling themes, which I like. They played Cody Rhodes the other night, and nobody yelled whoa, and that bothered me. Skaz, do you care about Bon Jovi?
Joe, I'm finding it tough to think of something I care less about than the music in the arena tonight.
Joe, you mean to tell me if I type stuff in this chat, you will read it on air? I'm Ron Burgundy. Yes. Let's get back to the phones here at 617-779-0985. The goalie situation, we're going to talk about it because Justin wants to. Hey, Justin.
Hey, Joe. Good evening. So Game 3 is like sneakily the most important game of the series right now.
Sneakily, huh? Is that a word? Sneakily?
Yeah.
How do you smell? How do you spell sneakily?
SNEAKILY, I believe.
Sneak ILY?
Sneakily, yeah. We'll call it a word.
Sneakily.
I mean, going into tonight, like Olmark's been kind of sitting, been cold for over a week, and then I know he gets like thrown into pretty much like a garbage time situation, lets up 2 goals, but like, is he kind of just relegated to being the backup, or are they going to go, back to the rotation? I know Swayman's been playing out of his
I don't know, but I have a more important question.
Sure.
How do you spell Kachuk?
I'm driving right now, but TCHAKUCK, something like that.
I don't know.
The T's silent.
I don't know,
tough.
Skaz. What do you think?
No, it's TKACHUK. That's how you spell it. As someone who's had to cut highlights for years for the NHL and the NBA, you learn how to spell these guys' names.
Sneakily.
Yeah.
I hung up on Topher by accident.
Oh, come on.
I went to go to him, and then I laughed. It made me Humpty Dumpty a little bit on the keyboard. I actually don't even. I would spell K Chuck. I would just literally K Chuck, as some people are putting it in the chat right now. Is there a way they can play with 2 goalies in net? They could. Maybe they just take McAvoy off the ice. Would you? Ooh, good one. Would you rather 2 goalies? Skaz, this is what happened tonight. They got their asses kicked. So now
it's a chunky. Uh-oh, you got a chunky.
That was dumb. But this is where we're at after a 6-1 loss, and their best player got his ass kicked. I hung up on Topher. I think he's back. Hey, Topher.
Man, hanging up on me. I was about to say something good, too.
It was an accident.
Mm.
Just like letting Pastrnak go out there to fight.
Bruins win or lose, I'm happy to the fact that I can actually come on here, watch you, and talk with Skaz and everybody in the YouTube chat. Everything has been an enjoyment. And it gets you out of that method, but I got to say one thing. Did you notice Allmark's stats in postseason? He's almost got a 4 goal against average.
Yep, and he's been a part of games now in back-to-back seasons where they've given up 6 goals in a playoff.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Please say they keep Swayman. I'll be happy.
No, I think it's going to be Swayman the rest of the way. I think the Allmark stuff's over. I'm officially out on Allmark starting games going forward.
Thank God. Thank God. Keep it up, Joe.
All right,
Topher.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you, my man. I have people emailing me at the station email, which I don't really look at often. And I just have been reading the subject lines. I haven't been opening. One is Bruins comment. This is from Jason. Joe. I can't read that. Plus minus of -2. Carey regarding McAvoy's plus minus. Don't send me emails. You can tweet at me at Joey Mer. Out on email bits. Of course, if you would like to, have a segment that we include YouTube chats, I could read those and we can present those by somebody. I think that's better. We have 115 people on the stream right now. It's a great advertising opportunity. Allmark didn't even do well, to be honest. Well, what was he supposed to do? What was he supposed to do? They waved the white flag way before that. Zach's been holding. He's in Boston. What's up, Zach?
What's going on, Joe? Long-time listener, first-time caller. Hey, I just got a quick comment. I'm no hockey guy, but, I mean, if anyone's going to fight in the game, wouldn't it be your captain? I mean, Pasta going out there, clearly states that people look up to Pastrnak as a captain, not Marchand. And that's my comment. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
Yeah. That's it. Where was he? Was still on the ice, right? Oh, did Marchand get tossed? I can't even remember who got tossed now. I'll look back. I have it somewhere. Maroon, Brazo, Frederick, Marchand, McAvoy, Pastrnak. That was later on, though, right? They all got ejected. Wait, did Pastrnak get ejected after that? Yeah. So Maroon, Brazo, Frederick, Marchand, McAvoy. All of them got who would have fought? Who would you Coyle? Now I feel like we need video game statistics of who's the best fighter. You ever remember Madden, like who's the toughest or who can fight? I think in hockey video games they have fight toughness, right? Back in my day, NHL 94, Bob Probert, baby. Bob Probert, nobody wanted to mess with that guy. As far as Esa Tikkanen, that was another. And then if you, PJ Stock, who didn't have a great overall, met him 2 years ago, would not fight him, by the way. He has huge hands. But yeah, I wonder now, do we have a Bruins fight meter? Is there a fight checklist? Does somebody still play the video game? I'd go Coyle. Someone says let the coaches fight. I don't know. There's one already hurt in the NBA on crutches. I don't think you need that one in the NHL. But did not like the Pastrnak fighting. All right, we'll get your final headline of the night. We'll tell you everything that happened in the sports world, and we're here until midnight tonight. I'm Joe Murray.
Sports Hub headlines.
Bruins lose 6-1. It wasn't pretty. They started 1-0 and then 6 unanswered. Jeremy Swayman was pulled. Allmark came in. It wasn't good. Quick, smelly.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
And now here come the Panthers over the line high slot to the left circle. It's Barkov walks in, send it out in front. They score. Montour out in front, a short-handed goal. Panthers 6, Bruins 1.
All right, back here at 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. Hey, this is your chance if you want to talk about the Bruins. 617-779-0985. Mike on Twitter at Joey Murr. If you're the coach of this team with your crazy shots theory, the Bruins might be up 2-0. And so he superimposed my face on Jim Montgomery's body. I look good. Purple tie, nice little blue blazer. Probably from Mr. Sid. Not looking good. But yeah, you shoot more shots. You score more goals. You win games. And you play more games. I mean, it's pretty easy. Don't turn the puck over. Don't have too many guys on the ice. Get more shots. Stop shots. That's it. Instead, you turn the puck over. You don't even have your stick on the ice on one of the goals there. Just, you can't let Bobrovsky off the hook. He gives up goals. He does. And 16 shots isn't enough. That needs to be double that number. It needs to be close to 30. You can't have 16 shots and expect to beat the Florida Panthers, specifically on the road or specifically when they're down 1-0 in a series. You're not going to do it. They worried about other things in the third period tonight. That was a wild, just completely wind out of the sails second period, and that goal before the half was brutal. And you know what happened? Montour scored the goal you just heard coming back from break and then got in Marchand's face. Marshy didn't like it. The team responded. They didn't like it. Everybody got ejected. And then what happened? Your star player goes, you know what? I want to fight Tkachuk. The coach goes, hey, you sure about that? He goes, yeah. And then what's he do? He goes out there and gets his ass kicked. Literally smoked. What are you doing? The best player in a 6-1 game that's meaningless. Then at the end, what does Tkachuk do? Sneaks in a few haymakers at the end. Not smart. I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate you trying to be the leader. I appreciate you trying to spark the team. The coach can't allow that. Can't allow that. People all the time say, oh, Pastrnak's so soft. Yeah, you want him going fighting Tkachuk in a playoff game? Out. First bad call of this playoff series for Jim Montgomery, which is why Mike superimposed my face on his body. Can't do it. Won't do it. They did it. He's out. 617-779-0985. The NHL needs to take blame for the chaos. The refs ejected Maroon. Trent Frederick a minute later. The enforcers were taking out a rough business. Good point there. Good point. With Maroon and Frederick and those guys out of there, the enforcers, Florida knew that. Florida knew that. And Pasternak's like, yeah, I want to fight him. Yeah. What I can't remember. Skaz, can you remember a time in someone's life where they said, hey, I want to fight that guy? And then someone says, you sure? And he goes, yeah. And then they go out there and he actually wins. Is it more probable than not that the guy gets his ass kicked? I can't get the visual out of my head of Pastrnak protecting himself and literally flailing to the ground. He tried. He can't fight. And listen, I don't want him to fight. I don't want Pastrnak to know how to fight. Don't take any boxing classes. No jiu-jitsu. No, none of that. No more fighting for Pasta. No more fighting for Pasta. Out. Pasta. Fighting. Oh, I can't wait now for Game 3. I can't wait for Game 3 anymore. Not good tonight, though. I'll tell you that much. Not good enough tonight. So, looking at a couple other things here. Bruins got out to that 1-0 start. Jeremy Swayman's been awesome in first period. So, if you're looking for a bet, B's first period. Montgomery, we didn't have the juice tonight. Swayman was terrific. Mentioned the McAvoy lost his stick. Then the screen. Barkov scored his third and fourth goals of the postseason. He added 2 assists tonight. He had a 4-point night. Barkov, 4-point night. And then Brandon Montour, as you heard in the audio, scored a shorthanded goal. The first one they've given up. He added 2 assists tonight. So it's his, basically. He's had 2 now. Multi-point games in the playoffs. On that goal, Brandon Carlo, I think, was asking if that was icing or not. I was a little confused, but I don't know. Play to the whistle. Too many men penalties. Bruins have 5 in the postseason. The rest of the NHL has 4. Woof. That's been going on for since the 70s, Skaz.
I'm sure someone's going to correct you, but Vancouver got a too many men penalty 20 seconds into the game tonight. So now it's 5-5.
Oh, 5-on-5 now.
Just so you don't get any tweets.
Joe, what are you talking about? Vancouver about 20 seconds into the game.
Yeah, and Vancouver is reeling right now.
4-1 Edmonton right now. Swayman got pulled. I credit Montgomery for giving Allmark some work. Third period, though, not good. First power play goal of the series. Boston had a 26 consecutive penalty kill snapped on that play. They added a shorthanded goal in the third period. Marchand, Montour, the face lick. Not Florida culture over there. It's not looking so good. Here's my thing with the Bees. Are they tough? Yeah. Do they have tough guys? Yep. Can they play that style? They can. But if you don't shoot on net, you won't score goals. As we mentioned, 6 Bruins, 6 Panthers ejected tonight. Out on the Pastrnak fighting. This was Montgomery's comments on Pastrnak fighting. I'm really proud of Pasta. You like your hockey players to compete. You think that was competing? Jim, you think he competed in that fight? No. I want everybody to ask themselves this question. Did Pasta compete in that fight? No. So Montgomery proud of Pasta for what? And then him on Tkachuk throwing the extra punch. That's not part of the game, he says. Shots on net, third period. They couldn't get shots. It used to be the first period. Now it's the third. And Sergei Bob, 16 saves, making it too easy for him. Hey, Charlie Coyle scored his first goal of the postseason. Look at him. Getting on the board early. Pavel Zacha is now up to 3 assists. And then they did nothing the rest of the game. Nothing. So we're here till midnight tonight. You can certainly react to that. I'm reading the chat. Dirty Florida team culture. Hashtag. What was the record for icings? There was a lot of them. Or were they not called? Someone says Pasta got sauced. He did not compete. He did not compete. Joe, what do you think the locker room feeling is right now? I think that they want to fight those guys and they'll be ready for game 3. I think they believe in their goaltender. I think they know they made mistakes tonight. I think they know they need to get more shots on net to take on Florida. So put this one behind you and move on just a little bit. We did a ton of Bruins tonight. I just wanted to look back at an old friend who may have done well tonight. Give him a little shout out. Give him his flowers. As I was thinking about this tonight, you ever wonder if a team just screwed a guy up? There's been a lot of teams that do that, right? Just they get a guy, it's not a right fit, they screw him up. Starting to wonder if that happened for somebody else. So we'll wrap things up here on the other side. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on The Sports Hub.
Don't take the foot off the gas. Blow the team out again. Have a couple of days. Go to Cleveland. Take care of business there. Take care of business. I don't care who scores the most points. I don't care how the pizza is made. I just want it delivered. And I said that a couple of times today to myself as I was, let's just say I was, people wanted to bring up takes from other people. I'm not a take shame artist. Listen, at night here, we spitball all the time. Last night, we came up with 2 segments with Cerrone on the fly. I just want to say this. I don't care how you make the food. I'm going to use a pizza in this analogy. Don't care what dough you made. Don't care about the pepperoni cups. If you use the hot honey. If there's cheese in the crust. I don't care about the oven. Deliver the pizza. That's all I care about. Doesn't matter where it came from. Was it shipped overseas? Don't care. Deliver the pizza. Get it out. Deliver it. Don't care who. Don't care how. Deliver it. Anything else to add, Skaz, on that one?
Like you said, we don't take shame here, but yeah, I mean, not really interested in. I don't know, Joe. Isn't part of the process getting the number 1 seed and
the regular season was important, right?
An easier path. Isn't that all part of the process?
Yes. Best record in the league.
So that means you get to play at home, right? Against higher seeded teams?
And you and you play against crappy teams.
It's weird how that works.
Yep. But again, I don't care if we're using the food analogy. I want the pizza. I want to eat it. Don't care where it came from. What happened? Don't care. Feed me. And here's the deal. I will not say after I ate that pizza, not going to give him credit for it. Joe, you're making me hungry. 1 minute to go here. Anything else to add to that, Skaz?
I'm just curious because Cerrone brought this up last night, but how come no one ever mentions the 86 Celtics, their path to the finals? They played a 30-52 Bulls team in the first round. You ever heard anyone mention that one time in your entire life?
And they didn't get the Lakers in the final. They got Houston and Akeem.
That's odd that I've never, ever heard that mentioned by the older crowd before. A 30-52 team in the first round? That's a cupcake, right?
I like cupcakes. Don't care how those are made either. Feed me.
Feed me the cupcakes.
By the way, before we leave, congrats to Chris Sale tonight. Over 100 pitches, 10 strikeouts versus former team. I will always remember Chris Sale as a World Series winner, closing out a championship, getting the first out of the season in the last out of the season. A lot in there maybe weren't